Hello and welcome to part 3 of Prosharp's Q&A. The first 2 parts you can see on the Facebook feed or our YouTube channel. So we're moving on with new questions. By choosing certain profiles, can it help skaters move to a flatter hollow?
Yes, it can, because if you go on a longer radius, you get more ice contact, then you can go for a more shallower hollow. If you have a short radius, 9 foot or 8 foot, for example, then you will need a deeper hollow to get the grip.
And also we have a recommendation if you're moving from 8 foot single radius, for example, for combination radius, let's say the superior quad, you can use the between 5 and 10 millimeters flatter hollow to receive the same kind of bite, because you have a more balanced area that is biting on the ice, and gaining that you get a better glide. You're not going to get injured as easy. Your groins, quads stay more fresh with the flatter hollow.
Next question. It's about the profile template. What does the lines on the profile template mean?
The lines, if you're looking at a template, for example, we have on the back here, we have the skate size, or the blade size, so where it's recommended to start. Mm-hmm. And before that, we only had from 0 and up to 11. So what you did then was that you measured your total length of your blade and took out 60 or 65% of where you're going to profile, and then you had 18 centimeters, for example, and then divide that in 2. Then you had 9 here, so you had 9 centimeters on both sides, for example. That's why they're there.
How do you know how much of the blade that should be profiled?
I think you touched up on that.
Yeah.
60-65%.
Yeah.
Of a
yeah,
full
it's
length
better
steel.
with 65 than 60.
And it's probably good to mention, can you pass me that skate as well? When you're measuring the steel, that it's good to actually measure the length of a steel, because there's a pressed number on the bottom here that somebody could to see this happens to be 272, and if you start dividing this to, it's actually not the physical length of the steel. So either use the measurement tape or the measurement sticker that we have in the machine.
Okay, next question. If you change from a superior large to a ellipse 2, is it going to change the balance point, pivot point, a lot?
I would say no, or it all depends on how you do when you reprofile them, because the ellipse 2, for example, is also pitched 20 millimeter on the template as the superior large. So if you're going to reprofile them, make sure you measure up the 20 millimeter backwards, put that in, and do all the steps in the machine, and you will get the same balance point on them as well.
Yeah, for sure. The skating experience is going to be different from superior large to ellipse 2.
Yeah.
But
Continuing with some questions about the ellipse then.
Yeah.
What's the difference between our 3 ellipse profiles?
Yeah, as we said before, it's 3 different sizes. They're more or less inspired by the quads. So the ellipse 0 should be inspired by the quad 0, for example.
But the ellipse 0 is probably closest to the feel that you get out of quads, as opposed to ellipse 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So which of these ones has the most ice contact, if you want to...
Ellipse 2.
Ellipse 2.
Yeah, so that's the longest one of them.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. I skate on a superior small now. Mm-hmm. What ellipse profile should I try? And what would be the big difference between the superior and ellipse?
Yeah, in this question, we don't know what the skate size is, but based on the superior small and taking that, it's the size that we recommend. Like my personal opinion probably is that ellipse 0 is going to be the closest to the feel, or you should go to the ellipse zero from superior small. However, like we mentioned earlier, it's going to be a different skating experience. That's why we recommend ice tests, because that's really what's going to give you the best indication what fits you. Like trying them on the ice, whether it's going to be ellipse zero, ellipse one that fits for that particular skater.
I skate on a 7/8 quad 2. How is the ellipse compared to the quad 2, and do you think it will benefit me?
Yeah, this is actually I used to skate with the quad 2 before we launched the ellipse. My hollow was about a 7/8, 22, 25. So as my personal preference, I felt that taking the turns and moving the weight within those turns, that was more seamless. I felt like my glide is better, and especially when I was skating backwards, I play as a defenseman, and I felt like I can move my feet quicker. So I would feel that I was just more agile on those, and the skating really was dynamic on an ellipse profile. And I can only give a recommendation out of my own experience for somebody who's been skating on a quad 2 and 22 millimeters 7/8. So I would say that yes, you're gonna feel a difference. This being said, it's personal preference, so there's really no right or wrong profile. You need to try them out and find the one that really fits for you and your skating style.
Can you show me how to do a quad 0 profile from start to finish?
Yeah, for sure we can do. But I will recommend you that you go into our YouTube channel and check how to set the machines. You can just go through it a quick one. What you can do is that when you measure the center line and the total length, you only measure the center and the measure in the back, because it's going to be longer in the front due to the shorter radius in front on the quad 0, for example. So what you do is that you set center and the mark in the back, and then you set up the machine.
And then one addition to it, once you profile, let's say that quad, what's the quad profile? The quad profile, regardless really any pitch profile, wherever the profiling ends and your profiling is done, you want to blend this toe part. So really put an emphasis that, let's say that you've been taking 15 to 20 passes with the profiling steels out of here, and now you haven't taken anything here. So that needs to have natural flow on the like a really toe part to actually the skating area, that there's no weird transition.
But putting a profile on a blade, it's no different putting a quad 0 or a quad 2.
Or a 13-foot.
Or a 13-foot. It's the same procedure to get the profile on the blade.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The only exception is the reprofiling. If you reprofile these pitch profiles, superior, quad, or ellipse profiles, then you need to offset the central line to the pivot point.
Okay, moving on. What difference should a player feel between a superior 3XS and a quad 3XS? I skate in a Bauer Supreme boot size 1 with a profile 9 feet today.
I would say that as if you look at the profile template, we have divided them in different segments. So for example, superior is more agility, and quad is our power profile. So that's one of the feelings that you will feel. But it is also, as we said before, the personal preference, that some might think that the power is more agility than what the superior is. But this is what we have came up with all the different ice tests and all that, and all the testing and research.
And superior over quad, like as a really generalization, I feel that it really puts you on a ball of your feet, so you can load your muscles quick move your feet quicker, whereas the quad profile series is more complete skating feeling. There's more balanced out segments on the steel.
Okay, thank you. So, last question we have for today. How would you know if you need to adjust the wheel pressure on the Prosharp home machine? Is there some indication from the blade where you would know if the pressure needs to be increased or decreased? Does it depend on the hardness of the steel used in the blade?
I would say that the first thing you should do is that you check your blade. How does it look? Have you walked on the parking lot with it? Then I would definitely would raise the wheel pressure. But normally when we send out the machines, we check what wheel pressure the machine works best for and deliver it with that. And that's gonna work even if you have plenty of nicks. But if you have a nick, for example, a bad edge, you want to resharpen it faster, then you can raise the wheel pressure. But it's also you need to look, or you need to hear on how the machine sound, and if it's shattered too much, maybe you need to lower it to get the nice finish again.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you for these episodes of Q&A from Prosharp. Thank you, Niclas. Thank you, Mikko. Good job.
Thank you, Pelle.
Thank you, Pelle, for hosting.
Yeah. If you have any more questions, keep sending them, and we will make more videos out of Q&A. Drop the comments below or send it to robert@prosharp.com.